Hi, I'm Mark. This is Mark's Tech Vlogs on YouTube, and my Popur S7 has literally just arrived. So in this video, we're going to unbox it and take a first look at it. This is a grey version, and I don't think many people have got these yet. I did pay for priority shipping via their website. I didn't take part in the Kickstarter, so I'm not quite sure why I've got it before. Kickstarter people seem to have these, but let's check it out and see everything you get in the box, go through the setup process, and take a first look. Okay, so we've undone this front flap here. We're going to open it up. Okay, so we've got a manual. We've got a bag of the bags that are going to go in the back bit. We've got the waist top. We've got the sifter itself. Okay, we've got some, I think these are side bits. We've got more side bits. We've got the power adapter, which is a nice braided cable. We've got these, which I think are kind of feet and things. We'll find out in a minute. We've got another one of those. And then we've got what I think is the back as well. This is made of metal, which is really nice, kind of high quality feel. So we're going to just get the box out of the way and see what we've got in total. We can see this has got this really nice kind of black colour. I really like this. I know that this is probably going to get pretty dusty, but personally I just think the black's going to look better in the room that I've got it in. We've got the kind of mat here. It's quite a decent size area. I will pop it next to the near caster in a second and show you. And we obviously got this bit here, which is where it tilts up, which we'll look at in a second. So let's get it all together first. So we're going to use the instructions. Okay, so first thing we do is we insert the sifter onto the shaft. Okay, so this has got a red bit here and there's a red bit here. So we're just going to join those up like that. Okay, so that's the sifter in place. Okay, then this bit goes on top. Okay, so that just clips on like that. That's nice and easy. Okay, next, the sifter is going to lock into place with these magnetic latches. So we pull that out and pull that out. So that's the sifter in place now, nice and easy. It's the main body of this together. Okay, at this point it says about plugging in the bin cord. So we need to find a bin. So at this point we should have attached the bin already at the back. So this is the bin lid. Okay, so next stage we've attached a bin. The bin lid has kind of sat on top of it like this, it just kind of clips in place, and then the bin cord goes in this USB here. So the next stage after that is we're going to get some side pieces on. So we've got this piece and its other half. These just go on the side, so we're going to pop them in place. Okay, so we've got those clipped in now. Obviously, a bin lid is on and connected. Okay, so next thing is to attach one of the bags. So you do get a few bags with it. These are kind of funny, like elasticated things. Okay, so the first time it felt a little bit fiddly. So basically kind of tucked in the bag around the edges there, pushed it in, it goes over the top like that. So I'm hoping that's going to be all right. It's a really nice big bin, and hopefully everything will just flatten in there. We'll find out. Like I say, this is a little bit dusty already from just transport, so I'm expecting this to get dusty. But you should just be able to wipe it down. And the great thing is everything kind of separates with this, so hopefully that'll be nice and easy. So what we've done is I've just attached these little purple round casters on the bottom, they go on the front, and then we've got these bits left. So these are magnetic cable clips. So when you've got your cable in place, these should just hold this cable in place like that to the bin. That's super clever. That's really cool. So you can also do that with your main plug as well. So there you go. That's a way of keeping all your cables nice and tidy. That is really, really quite clever. So then we got a lock button here. I think this is for removing the motor. We've got our 4 kind of main buttons here. So I guess play means go. Oh, I don't know what these mean. We'll look at these different functions. We'll look at those in a second. Let's get this plugged in. But first I'm just going to pop it alongside the Neocasa and just show you how much different space looks. So let's do that for a second. Okay, so here it is next to my Neocasa M1, which is going to be replacing. You can see it is smaller. In terms of depth, it is deeper, but by the time you take into account the mat that I have in front of the Neocasa, it's kind of, it does stick out more, but not a huge amount when you take the mat into account. In terms of size, I'd say this is probably a deeper chamber, but not as wide. Let's get it set up and see how it all works. Okay, so here the controls are on the side. So we've got play or pause, which starts cleaning, hold for 7 seconds to factory reset. We've got the bin key, which will open or close the bin. And then we got the sifter key, which will start the sifting. You can turn off Wi-Fi with that. And then we've got the function key, which will do something with CatCam Plus, which isn't out yet. They're currently working on that. Got automatic mode on or off. And then there's some pro commands. And you can customize this in the Popur app. Now at the moment, this tray doesn't have a app available. It's in development. It should be due out soon. And I will do a full overview and review of this litter box when I've been using it for a few months. But I am also going to do a safety video, because one of my big things that I've criticised, and you'll know on this channel, with the Neocasa is it had some safety issues. So I'm going to do a separate video all about the safety of this, and we'll just test some things out. So make sure you subscribe if you want to see that. But here it is. I'm going to pop it in position and let's show you all set up. Okay, so I've just put in some litter for the first time. I've deliberately used some litter from an old tray as well as a little bit of new litter. And we're just sending the sifter off to do its thing. So it does take more litter than the Neocasa, although of course you don't have to use all of it. You can see already that it's going to get dusty, but you can just wipe this down, so it's not too bad. Okay, so we're sending it on its first cleaning cycle. So you can see here that when I moved it back, I knocked the bin out of place, but it has moved itself so the bin can get unjammed again, which is good. Okay, so we can see you're going to get some litter probably trapped around that rim. Okay, so that's the cycle. Oh no, we got one more scoop. Okay, so it's now ready for action. Okay, so there you go, that's me unboxing and setting up my Popur S7. Initial impressions are that I really like the device. Even though it does stick out a little bit more from my near casa, I think it generally looks smaller because it is closer to the ground. I've also repositioned my SciPet cat cam, which kind of uses AI to detect the cats and the kind of poops, so I'm hoping to get a better result for that. I did review it on this channel recently, and I'm going to do a 6-month review of that coming up soon. It's basically a camera that can use AI to recognize when your cats have used a litter tray, track their patterns, track their poops, and hopefully spot healthcare issues early. I will put a link below if you want to see that initial review, and I'll do a long-term one in about 6 months. So the other thing I did while I was setting up the Popur and kind of checking it out, and before I put the litter in, is I did a few safety tests on it, because there's 3 things kind of really with this where a cat could potentially trap or injure themselves. There's the concertina where it kind of lifts up, there's the sifter, and then there's the tray at the back. And I'll do a full video showing my findings from that, but essentially it all seems pretty safe. I shoved my hands in all 3 parts and I am not damaged at all, and I don't think it could injure a cat, even if it was to malfunction. But like I say, I will do that video really soon. I'll put that out, so subscribe if you want to see that. In the meantime, I'm going to keep using this, or rather my cat's going to keep using it. I'm going to check out the app when it comes out, and I will do a bit of a first glance of that on this channel as well. But I will do a full long-term review in about 3 months' time, because I want to make sure I've had plenty of time to use it, to kind of see where it doesn't work very well or where it does work well, and of course see how dirty the black version gets. If you want to see any of those videos, subscribe to this channel. If you've got any questions, stick them below and I'll answer those for you the best I can. I've got no affiliation with Popur, I purchased it myself, and I'm just going to give you guys my honest opinion as I do with everything on this channel. I'll see you guys again soon.